Hi, I'm David. Welcome to my channel, My Yard Sale. Today I want to talk a little bit about just some general updates with my health and some just general conversation riffraff. So this year I'm kind of excited that I've had the weather that I've been able to open the windows and sleep with the windows open and just generally have the windows open. Now they're closed again because it's starting to get chilly again at night. But so I did go through probably 10 or 15 days of being able to have the windows open and enjoying the warmer weather. And this year I'm excited that, again, for the second, maybe even third year in a row, I've had zero spring allergies, which I'm not making gradual or I'm not making huge steps forward in my health, but not having allergies definitely in the spring makes things a lot better. There was days when I was a kid where I would be out of school for an entire week with allergies. And where I live, we have goldenrod, we have ragweed, we have all the major allergenic, all the major allergy plants that flourish in the spring. Like I can look out my window and I can see the goldenrod. I was extremely allergic to goldenrod. So this year is definitely in my second year, maybe even going on my third year of not having allergy problems at all. So who knows? Maybe reversing my metabolism or getting healthier metabolism has kind of fixed my allergies. The next major test is if I'm around a cat, because I used to be extremely allergic to cats. Now, who knows? Maybe I'll be able to get a cat. That'd be great because I have mice in my house and I would love to get a cat to get rid of the mice. So allergies is one thing that I'm happy about. That's a positive thing that's happened for me in the last couple of weeks. So my sense of smell has either gotten amazingly acute or maybe I'm just hungry. I don't know. But I have this Chinese restaurant probably a half a mile from my house, and I can smell the Chinese food cooking. I open up my window because my window, like I said, has been open for the last couple of days. I can smell the Chinese food cooking. It smells like egg rolls are cooking outside my door. Again, I don't know if it's because my smell is so so refined for food because I'm hungry, or if it's just because maybe my sense of smell has gotten a lot better. Who knows? But that's kind of funny. So this week has been an unusually difficult week with inflammation. And inflammation for me starts off in the morning where it can be extremely difficult or impossible for me to just get dressed. Getting dressed meaning putting on some socks, buttoning my pants, zipping my pants up and down. Like those things, even putting on a shirt. These things can be extremely difficult when you can't really feel your fingers and you lack the dexterity to be able to flip things around and take care of things. So for some reason, the inflammation in my body it was quite a bit worse. Now it feels like it seems to be resolving a little bit. And I think I know why. Because probably a month, maybe even 2 months ago, I watched this. I started seeing this. I don't remember if it was on YouTube or if it was on Instagram or whatever, but this guy talking about not eating meat and eating more beans, which, not gonna lie, I love beans. I could eat some beans. And I did eat beans. At one point, I had taken the meat out of my diet trying to give beans a try. And I had to add meat back in because eating just beans, I couldn't get full. I could eat a lot of beans, probably too many beans, and I just couldn't get full. So I was eating a lot of beans for definitely the better part of the last month, maybe even the last month and a half, 2 months. What I guess I didn't realize, I was thinking beans were protein, but beans are a shit ton of carbs. Like a cup of beans is more than 100 grams of carbs. And I would easily eat 2 cups of beans in a day. I would eat it 2 times a day, 3 times a day. And I would eat an entire cup of beans. So I was eating 100 to 200, maybe even 300 grams of carbs in beans alone. And that did not include the vegetables, or that did not include anything else. If I wanted to have a little treat, it didn't include that. So I was probably eating definitely above keto with more than 100 grams of carbs, maybe even closer to 200 grams. And the inflammation in my body just got insane. It didn't make it so that I lost all the strength in my legs, and it was getting ready to be there though. Um, so yeah, that was the inflammation thing. It's hard for me to tell the difference between inflammation and the actual neuropathy these days because it feels like it comes and goes in waves. I feel like my neuropathy is actually starting to get a little bit better. Like I can feel the difference in, my right hand versus my left hand. I can feel the difference in the neuropathy. Hopefully it'll be better in both hands soon. So yeah, this week of inflammation has been a little crazy. Even it got to the point where I realized that something was not going well and something needed to be done. So I ended up doing a 36-hour fast last week, which I feel like actually kind of reset me and set me back in on the right direction. But yeah, this thing with beans, I swear, if anybody has any kind of metabolic issues and they're choosing to do anything outside of being carnivore only, I would caution against it. You can eat meat, you can eat plenty of meat, you can get full on meat, and meat is actually better for you. Anything else besides that is questionable. I would make sure you check double what you would normally check to make sure that's legit. And you can't even trust health caregivers. I have a relative that has some diabetic issues, and they actually got a dietitian. The dietitian is telling them, "Oh yeah, it's okay to eat bread. You just need to eat this certain kind of bread." And I don't remember exactly what it was. It was Dave's bread, I think, or I can't remember exactly what it was, but I'm trying to explain to this relative, look, bread is carbs. It doesn't matter what kind of bread. Stay away from the bread. But this dietitian has guaranteed him, oh, it's no problem. You just eat this kind and you're good. So you just have to be really careful if you're battling metabolic issues because you will be led in the wrong direction from what seems to be highly credible places, and you have to be careful. But meat seems to be the answer. Now I'm going to say 90% carnivore. I'm eating mostly all meat. I'm trying to stay away from the very um, rare treat. I like to have a treat. I like to have a sugar treat. I'm trying to stay away from that, but it's difficult. So the more I can stick to carnivore for the most part, the more I think I can allow myself a little bit of carbs in the form of a treat. But for now, until I can get this whole metabolic inflammation thing resolved, I'm carnivore only. I'm only eating meat. I'm not even eating vegetables because I eat these frozen peas, carrots, and corn. And I had a cup of it with a burger patty probably a week and a half ago, and I had the worst inflammation, as bad as it had gotten. That's when I realized that I needed to just switch to meat only. So now I'm eating just burger patties, and I'll try to figure out how to make burgers so I don't hate them. One thing that I did start doing that I actually enjoy is I mix olive oil with apple cider vinegar, salt, and crushed red pepper. I mix that really good, like almost like a salad dressing. But I put that on meat, I put that on eggs, I can put that on probably anything. And I actually really enjoy it. I think I need the salt, but I really like the apple cider vinegar and the olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil though, because that gives it the flavor. I really enjoy that. So yeah, if any of you folks have decided to try to switch to this bean diet, be really careful because 1 cup of beans is 100 carbs, and it's easy to eat a couple cups of beans in a day, and that's a lot of carbs. So now I'm trying to focus on eating 25 grams or less of carbs. That way I can eat pretty much anything that I want as long as it's 25 grams or less of carbs. And then I'll eat as much meat as I want because that's no carbs. So that's kind of my diet now, which I'm not going to lie. I hate it. It's not it's not the ultimate dieting solution to me, but I have to get this whole inflammation thing turned around and fixed. Sleeping now is very strange. Like I for some reason, I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm up late at night. Sometimes I'll be up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's not because I'm hungry, because I eat, but it's for whatever it is. And then I finally do fall asleep, and then I sleep like a rock for like until 11, 12, sometimes even 1 o'clock. Now, I've always been a late sleeper, but in this case now, I'm asleep so hard, I am not waking up. And I'm hoping that this is my body trying to heal or mend or whatever. Probably, maybe because I'm going through a autophagy, and it's maybe fixing my body. I hope. I don't know, but I'm sleeping so hard. It's very very uncomfortably depth of sleeping. I'm like, what the heck's wrong with me? I want to wake up at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning and maybe get some stuff done or try to get something done. But there is no way I'm getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Actually, I was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to eat for a little bit. But then after I eat, it's not even insulin coma, but because it's mostly eggs or meat. But after I eat, like a couple hours later, I'm ready to lay down and I'm ready to actually fall asleep again. So now I'm a napper. And I don't hate naps. I like naps, but excuse me, it's annoying. But yeah, the sleeping thing is pretty different than what I'm used to. I'm really enjoying this eating apple cider vinegar on everything. I know that apple cider vinegar isn't for everybody, but once you acquire the taste of it, it's like apple cider vinegar and salt. I can easily put that in water and drink that. I think if I had a sweetener, I could probably make some kind of like regular drink of it, and I can drink that. So I bought this SanDisk thumb drive, and the thumb drive failed in like less than 2 months. It failed. I tried to get a hold of them to have it replaced, and SanDisk, impossible to get that shit replaced. It's going to be 2 months. I have to go through all this paperwork and all this BS, and then they're gonna mail me a new unit. It's like a 2 month cycle to get the thing replaced. They used to be amazing. They made probably so much money on those old SanDisk items that they would just ship you a new one. If it died, they would just ship you a new one. Now you have to like go through all this BS to try to get it replaced. I won't buy SanDisk products anymore. I'll figure something else out. I'll either buy one that's really cheap that I can just throw away, that I'm gonna not care if it dies or not, or I'll just do all cloud storage stuff. Because SanDisk is not reliable anymore. It's Western Digital now, I guess, but it's not reliable for good replacements, and they make it impossible to get a replacement. So I'm definitely not doing that again. I would think twice about relying on SanDisk thumb drives as your backup storage. I'm trying to figure out how the heck I'll be able to eat sardines. I have cans of sardines that I had bought, and I just cannot seem to crack them open and start eating them. I'm not a huge fan of tuna. I'm not really excited about starting to eat sardines, but I feel like I need to eat them. I need the omega-3s, and quite frankly, it's good food to be able to eat as a lunch or a meal, and it's healthy. So if any of you guys, or any of you folks, have any tips on how to eat sardines without wanting to throw up, do me a favor and share it in the comments, because I'm very interested to figure out how to eat sardines and not hate them. I have a couple sardines that I had bought along the way. I think I have sardines and hot sauce, and I may have sardines and mustard. But I've seen pictures of what it looks like when you open the can, and I'm not really excited to even open the can to try it. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. I had watched a video where somebody opened the can, they forked out all the sardines, they mashed it up into like a mash, and then they cooked it from there. And I'm wondering if that's how any folks on this that is watching this might eat sardines that way, if there's a better way to do it. I have olive oil. I could cook it up in the pan, but I don't know if that's how you should eat it. So if you have any suggestions, do me a favor, add a comment. I would love to see it, and I'm sure there's some other people that would love to see it. So that's pretty much it for me today. Hope everything is going good for you this weekend. Hope you have a great week coming up, and hope you're doing well. Thank you very much. Hey, if you're subscribed, thank you so much. If you're not subscribed, I do a post every week, usually in the weekend. Do me a favor and subscribe. You can hear more of my story. Thanks a lot. Bye, everybody.